Kindly open all your camera before we proceed to our before we proceed to our class today.
Teacher Connie.
Our dear students, our attendance will be forwarded in our GC after my presentation or after our class. Do you hear me clearly, class? Okay, good afternoon, class. I am your teacher in today's virtual lesson. I am Aname Cabero, currently a student of BS Ed, major in English. Okay, again, class, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Kindly lead the prayer, Mr. Lester.
Okay po. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Sa hapong ito ay sana po ay gabayan niyo po kami sa mga gagawin po namin ngayon. At sana po yung mga practice teacher namin po ngayon ay gabayan niyo rin po sila. Amen. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Lester. Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
there is no absent for today's class, so let us proceed now to our topic today. So before we proceed on to our lesson, let me remind you first that I have a short rules here. Kindly open all your camera. And as I call you to recite, please turn on your audio to answer me to what I'm going to ask you. So before we go to our lesson today, I would like you to have a short activity first or a warm up before we proceed to our lesson today, class.
Okay, ma'am.
So what you are going to do is I will present in the screen the activity, and you need to arrange these jumbled letters or words that you are going to arrange them to form the clue or hint of our lesson for today, class. Let me share my screen. Okay, kindly answer or arrange the jumbled letters or jumbled words in the as you see or in the screen, class, and put your answers in our in-call message. So later on, I will ask the three of you or just two students to answer this activity. I'll be giving you 2 minutes to answer. Please proceed now. Are you done now, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, I can see your chat on the call message. So, Miss Rhea,
Ma'am,
kindly answer the first jumbled letter words.
direct direct speech, ma'am.
Very good. What about the second one, Mr. Lester?
Indirect speech.
Direct speech, very good. So, we already have a hint to our topic for today, class. Thank you for participating in the short activity. And then this is now our lesson for today. It's all about the direct speech and indirect speech. So, anyone from the class who can know the definition of direct speech? Anyone from the class?
Try ko, ma'am.
Yes, Mr. Lester.
Um, direct speech. Wait. Direct speech is you know, is exact words spoken or reproduced in speech mark, ma'am.
Very good. You got a point. Direct speech is or another term, direct speech is a quoted speech that consisting of words or phrases that are taken directly from the source, that these words are written exactly as the words were originally spoken. For an example, I will show you an example for you to know or familiarize about the direct speech. Let me present my screen again. Example of direct speech. Jonah said, "I don't like your hat." If you notice, there's a quoted sentence in this direct speech wherein Jonah said, "I don't like your hat." The quoted statement there is, "I don't like your hat." Specify that the hat of Jonah doesn't like by the other, just like that. And then second example, kindly read what's the second? Miss Rhea.
Jane said it's not my fault that you are red socks fan.
So Jane said, "It's not my fault that you are a Red Sox fan." Kindly kindly explain why Jane or kindly explain what is stated that it is a direct speech.
Can you repeat the question, ma'am? I can't understand you.
Kindly cite the kindly cite why it is called being direct speech. Kindly cite the sentences why it is called being direct speech. There's a clue in the sentences so that you can answer my question.
Ma'am, can I try?
Yes, Lester.
It is a direct speech because Jane referring to herself because he said that it's not her fault. That's all, ma'am.
Very good. Now, can you give me more example of a direct speech? Wait, I call, give an example of direct speech, Miss Regina Aquino.
Hannah always wear a hat, ma'am.
What is decoded in that statement? Or kindly chat your answer in the in-call message so that I can see if you follow how to construct a direct speech. Same true with Rhea. Kindly construct an example of direct speech, then comment in our in-call messages so that I can see if you follow.
Tama po ba, ma'am?
You'll never guess what I've just seen. Where's the quoted statement there? Just like what I presented you a while back, the example is Jonas said, I don't like your hat. The quoted statement there is, I don't like your hat. Miss Rhea May Divina, kindly read your answer.
He said, I live in the city center.
Very good. So the quoted statement there is the I believe in the city center. Miss Regine, that is the example of a direct speech. Can you follow?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the others? Can you follow the direct speech now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a clarification about direct speech? If not, let's proceed to the indirect speech. So, do you have an idea about indirect speech? Anyone from you who can give me the definition, or it's just her own idea? Anyone?
Ma'am,
Okay, Lester again.
indirect speech is a content that is reporting, ma'am.
Indirect speech is it is about. Can you repeat it again?
Um, Indirect speech is a content that is reporting, ma'am,
That is reporting. You have an idea about
without
that. So how about the
um,
others? Regine, do you
Let
have?
me try.
Okay, Rhea May.
Indirect speech is a grammatical mechanism, ma'am.
grammatical mechanism. Yes, you are correct. For you to know, indirect speech, it is a word. It is where when words or phrases are reported in our own words. Um, it's just that indirect speech. Point. It's point out the statement or any clauses indirect. For an example, I'll, I'll share you the example of indirect speech. Indirect speech. Kindly read the first example, Miss Regine.
Said it was cold.
Said it was cold. So it shows that an indirect speech. There's no the difference of the indirect speech to direct speech is there's no quoted in here, wherein it's just a plain and indirect said that it was cold. What about the second example? Kindly read Mr. Lester.
She said that she had seen him.
She said that in the second statement, she said that she had seen him. So, can you can you explain to me why it is being called indirect speech?
Because ma'am, she's not referring his self, ma'am. She just or he just referring other people, ma'am.
Very good. So, indirect speech is the reported in our own words. For another example, um, for the another example of indirect speech is that, for example, you said that Mike, she cheated in our exam. So you're referring that she cheated in the exam. So for you to know more about this indirect speech, I'll be going to I'll be going to or let me present you another activity for you to be able to know more about this. Wait. For your activity, you need to create or form, or I should say, you need to construct an example of direct speech and indirect speech, at least two each. Then send it to our in-call message. Then afterwards, I will let you to present that. Just do it for within 5 minutes. And you class
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
at least two each of example. Are you done now, class?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay, take time. Yes, Miss Rhea May. Please be back immediately, Miss Rhea May. Mr. Lester, kindly correct your example. The 5 minutes is over. As I call you to present your activity, please open your camera also to see your beautiful and handsome faces. Yes, Lester, you may. The time is now enough. Let's just proceed to the presentation. Mr. Lester, since you're the first one who sent your answer in the in-call message, kindly read your at least one example from direct and indirect.
Okay, ma'am. Direct. Lester said that I'm going out, and the explanation in that, ma'am, is Lester is just referring himself, ma'am. And indirect,
Wait.
Lester,
In the direct, where is the quoted statement there?
I'm going, ma'am.
You're going out. Very good. What about the indirect?
Indirect. Kyle had been studying a lot, ma'am.
Carl had been studying a lot. That shows an indirect speech. Very good. What about the
Yes, ma'am.
second presentation, Miss Regine?
Thank you, ma'am.
Um, indirect I like chocolate, ma'am.
I like chocolate. Where is the quoted statement in your sentence?
I like no.
Are you sure? In your second example, can you read it?
Han can play football, ma'am.
Han can play football. So if I'd ask you if I ask you to quote the statement, what should be the quoted statement there? Look at the example of Mr. Lester. He said that Cal said I've been studying. So in your example, Han can play football.
Wala po yung said.
There's no quoted in your statement. Let us proceed to your indirect speech examples.
Sam said she liked chocolate, ma'am.
Looks like you the example you put it in the indirect speech should be the example of direct
Direct.
speech.
Ulitin.
Yeah. So next time, be sure that it is a quoted, but I think you exchange. It should be the under the indirect. It should be the direct speech example. I think you didn't understand our lesson. Do you really understand our lesson, class? Okay, what is a direct speech again, class? Miss Regine? What is direct speech? Miss Regine, are you there?
Direct or quoted speech.
Yes, it is a quoted
Ulitin.
speech that consists words or a phrases. What about the indirect speech, Miss Rhea May? Miss Rhea May, are you there? I think Miss Rhea May is not yet in. Mr. Lester, kindly define indirect speech.
Wait, ma'am.
Very good. So For you to be able to know more about indirect and direct speech, let us have a quiz wherein write the answer in the provided space, put DS if the phrases is indirect speech, and write IS if the phrases stands for indirect speech. Just send your answer to my via my messenger. I'll be giving you 5 minutes to answer this. Any violent reaction, class?
No, ma'am.
10 items only. 146. It will be done on 151. Notify me if you are done now. Once you are done,
What is
notify
that,
me,
ma'am?
okay? Hmm?
We construct, ma'am, or what, ma'am?
Don't I have a presentation here. I wait. I didn't share it. Do you see now the quiz?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, proceed to your quiz now.
Time. DS.
Are you done now, class?
I will send it na lang po sa inyo, ma'am.
Just send me after our class Lester. And so with the others. What about Rhea and Regine? Are you done?
Ma'am, saan ko ipapasa, ma'am, sa yugo?
Send it to my messenger.
Yes, ma'am.
What about Rhea? Are you done? Or
I already sent, ma'am.
okay, thank you.
I am done, ma'am.
Prince already sent it. What about Regine?
Ma'am, sending it na.
Okay. For the final output class, I want you, for your assignment, I should say, I want you to create at least 5 examples of each again, 5 direct speech and then 5 indirect speech. Do you understand, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And do the same, just send your answer to my messenger.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, class, that's all for today. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you, ma'am.